Welcome back, Dota 2 fans. NaVi Team Spirit Game 3 Semifinals SLI League Season 3 Invitational EU qualifiers. You know how this works, guys. Star Ladder comes along, right before the first major before TI, last major before TI. Dendy and squad make a miracle run. They get invited to TI. So here we go, fan gaze. Here we go. Team Spirit trying to crush your hopes and dreams. For those of you that have been following NaVi since day one. Pycat back in action. Soneko back in action. And in game 2, Soneko absolutely, unequivocally the star. General and him were just able to make movements across the map that Team Spirit, with much more of a stagnant lineup mobility-wise with a Veno core, they just weren't able to respond to. So the Monkey King got off to a great game, and that was supplemented by Nature's Prophet's ability to be there wherever he was finding aggression across the map. And Dendy's Ember Spirit was there as well at times. Dendy's Ember Spirit did struggle a lot in the early game, so it didn't end up with the greatest KDA, greatest amount of farm. Kind of played the more control role as Soneko transitioned into the core. But either way, overall, very nice play from NaVi. Good shot calling as well. They kept all the lanes shoved in. So.
Bat Rider!
Bat Rider pickup from NaVi. This is a little bit more NaVi standard. I mean, Nature's Prophet, if there's any hero, any team to run it, it's a NaVi team or, an Ohio team. But certainly General Bat Rider is, one of the, I would say, most renowned player hero combinations who's actually active right now. So Earth Spirit, similar to the Monkey King for NaVi, but a little more predictable. Wards can at least see Earth Spirit coming. OS Frog. You know what we need? A hero that can jump on top of trees. Same opening though from Spirit. They're going to be stubborn with their Warlock. It definitely worked out for them in game 1. They'll get their Slardar again. DK Phobos, pretty rough laning stage last game. Not really, to his discredit necessarily, but just a very difficult time for him. Game 1 a lot easier, but they'll go back for the Slardar for him once again. Lifestealer ban coming out from NaVi, and of course with a Slardar, that's always on your radar. Monkey King taken out in the first phase by Spirit, and that's why the Earth Spirit we see picked up here.
Night Stalker.
This is a very interesting pick. So we saw Spirit Breaker Tusk in game 1, and DK Phobos, very good game on the Spirit Breaker. Now we see a Night Stalker, more than likely for FNG. Very nice against the Bat Rider if you can get him in Ags. So do we potentially see the Slardar in the 4 position with the Night Stalker farming the lane? I'd almost like that better. Slardar can get a lot done in the 4 position. He can sprint around the map, steal bounty runes, potentially get behind that mid laner. It's a pretty good dual lane with the Night Stalker Slardar in general. I really love this Juggernaut pick as well from NaVi, because Juggernaut Warlock is a completely self-sufficient lane. They don't need any help from Team Spirit. And that would allow Slardar to do his thing, and or Night Stalker to do his thing, just depending on the configuration as to who is 3 and who is 4. I really like them taking the Juggernaut away. The Lifestealer out of the pool, the Juggernaut not there. There's maybe Anti-Mage alongside Warlock who can stand in lane, but other heroes very difficult. I like Slark as well for Team Spirit. The Shadow Dance already very good against the Omni. And, if you can Dark Pact off a Lasso, that's more often than not a 1 fight. So, it synergizes well with Slardar and Night Stalker. You know, the reason you ban Lifestealer with Slardar is obviously the pickoffs are very scary once he gets to that phase of the game. And now that you have an Aghanims and the Night Vision from Slark, potentially with a Shadow Blade, that's very scary, especially against a Batrider who Slark generally has a good matchup against. So I'm looking at that for Spirit at the moment, see what they end up going. It does make their safe lane very vulnerable. Slark Warlock is a pressurable lane, to say the least. You could even aggro that lane with a Juggernaut. See which direction Navi want to go in. They could always put this Juggernaut mid as well, but against a sniper, that is not a desirable matchup. Beastmaster still in the pool here, if they want to transition the Batrider to a smaller role, but General very comfortable on that, so they'll keep him there. Go back for the Rubik Earth Spirit. Not a huge fan of the Rubik this game, I have to say. I mean, it's just a stable Navi support. You know, a lot of people are talking about this as potentially their most picked hero at Kiev prediction, which is certainly warranted. But I feel like here Navi just didn't know what to pick. I mean, you steal anything from Night Stalker, you don't really care. You have to get the Rock from Warlock, and more often than not, he can get his Fatal Bonds off during the stun from Chaotic Offerings. So, not a fan of the Rubik here. Like, it's not the hero to throw aggro and pressure. It's not really the hero that's going to fend off a Night Stalker Slardar either. Not really a hero that's going to gank Sniper mid lane. It's just kind of a comfort pick, it feels to me, for Navi. So, ban coming out from Spirit's side. More than likely to be a safe, a mid laner, excuse me. Okay, so Dendi, Queen of Pain. Something he's comfortable with for sure. Something that can roam around with the Batrider. Some part of me likes Dendi Beastmaster here, although that's obviously very unlikely. Just in terms of what's been picked mid lane. But he needs something that can help out this Batrider. Earth Spirit Batrider is not scary enough. You bring your Juggernaut with your Batrider, it's far too predictable, I feel. So you need something with this Batrider. They could just go Puck. This Puck doesn't really scale all that much, and the Knights. So there's the Slark ban from Navi. I think that's a very wise one. I think that was the best safe laner by far for Team Spirit. And beats easy.
Lena.
Okay. Alright, so Dendi Lena, just a generally strong mid laner. With the movement speed from Fire Soul, she traverses the map deceptively quickly. So can be a kind of pick-off oriented hero. Okay, so PA here. Pretty self-sufficient safe laner with the Warlock. Just because she doesn't have to be under the wave to last it all the time. Can harass her off laner pretty effectively. I don't mind the PA pick. I like it. There were limited options left. Terrorblade was very bad here, I feel. With Telekinesis, Geomagnetic Grip, LSA, Lasso, I mean, just, you name it. Tons of things to disable him, to force him from being unable to get the Sunder off, so. I think the last picks from both teams definitely fit. I definitely feel like Team Spirit had the upper hand coming into the 4th pick of this draft. And, you know, the Rubik was just sort of, we like it. Alright, so we'll see how this PA gets on. I should say, in this game. Kiev Major starting shortly, guys. Tomorrow, grand finals for these qualifiers, and we'll see if NaVi can move on or if Team Spirit will be the ones to do so. Seneko to roll over towards the top, and we'll be able to get either this rune or this rune. Ward, and we'll get that down. Mid lane. Some vision found under the cover of smoke here. And it is FNG 4 position Slardar. So I like this decision. I think the Night Stalker is definitely the one to get farm here. Against the Batrider, you really want that early. 4-man smoke going to be popped by FNG. He gets telekinesis, so he's probably going to drop here. And yep, with the sticky napalm, he will drop. General, first blood. Good start for NaVi here. Lot of magic damage for this PA early on. Lena, Magnetize, Blade Fury, Fade Bolt, Firefly. So it really feels like Spirit need their frontliners in the Slardar and the Night Stalker to get off to a good start. If that can happen, this game can go very well for them. If not, it feels to me that, you know, PA or Sniper, excuse me, just get blown up and then they have no real damage left. Trying to deward here, they will be able to get that down, and now telekinesis up onto Vanscore. The crush is going to keep back Seneko from continuing to pressure BZZ, but with the Blade Fury, a couple more right clicks. Vanscore, he's going to survive for now, and now they're going to look for the turn. Fairy Fire popped by Seneko, but he could be in a lot of trouble. 1 second until Spectral Dagger. They'll get it off, but he will roll away. Pycat, he's isolated out. They get the third crush off from FNG. Pycat, can he make it away? There's still a Spectral Dagger, but they won't be able to chase him down, and now that the wave is there, they really need to be going back for that CS, but this is going to hurt. What I said in the draft could be an aggressive tri-lane, and it certainly is. You expect Night Stalker, you know, to be accompanied by Slardar, and in this 1v1, and DK Phobos is not going to have an easy time. Melee versus Batrider, always difficult. You know, very few heroes that can deal with that, maybe just Lifestealer and Juggernaut. We're going to cancel the clarity of FNG. Feels bad, man. I don't hate the aggressive tri-lane decision here, although it does mean that Iceberg can play pretty freely in this mid lane. Not sure why I have net worth up. Report. Roll is going to catch on to BZZ. They do have a crush, but they need to save it for when more heroes approach. And wisely so, FNG will. But stack is going to be contested here by NaVi. And now telekinesis up. FNG, he's already used his crush, but he will dodge out the boulder still, though. Blade Fury is there for Pycat. He barely is able to outdistance him with the boots of speed. 335 moved speed to 300 of the Slardar and Juggernaut respectively. And now FNG making his way over towards mid lane, but he is very low. So perhaps just asking for a shrine with Iceberg. Iceberg saying, get out my lane. Go shrine bottom, bruh. Roll over for the rune. Seneko secures it. We'll have his clarity canceled, but well worth it. Clarity 50 bucks. Actually, brownie rune. Not just about that. So about even, but he gets the experience out of it. And he got some worth out of the clarity in the beginning, so it's not the entire 50 gold wasted. EE efficiency. DK Phobos bot lane 4 CS is admirable, honestly. 9 and 3 for the general Batrider hero he's very comfortable on. Dendy looking for someone shrining, doesn't find it. Dragon Slave though, and a couple right clicks could kill off this Iceberg sniper. And he needs to be careful not to re-engage here. Dendy could easily have just taken the crush and baited back in Iceberg, but he'll play safe as he was under the tower there briefly. So, BZZ top lane, 5 CS on the PA. Roll forward. Not going to connect as BZZ will stay vertical. And score behind him as well. FNG rotating through. They do catch. Oh, nice kick through to Crush, not there as well. Telekinesis there, and he's taking tons of Blade Fury damage. They've got the healing ward behind them as well. FNG will end up finding it. Does have a crush in 2 seconds. Seneko could be in trouble. He rolls up to the north. FNG going to take a Fade Bolt. Gets a crush onto 2, though. Biver in trouble now. FNG able to sprint away. And Magic Stick going to keep Biver relatively safe. Gets the telekinesis off. Pycat does not have a Blade Fury, so they will end up killing off the Rubik as Seneko on the Earth Spirit TP'd out earlier. FNG now going to do the same. Meanwhile, Iceberg in the mid lane. Couple of shrapnel charges down, keeping Dendy low, but Dendy gets the bottle delivered out. As long as Iceberg can keep this wave forward, it looks like he may be able to secure 4-minute rune. Dendi will perhaps just check if the rune spawns before crowing.
Mine. This sustains gold remains.
Rune taken already.
Haste.
Seneko. Oh, gets the kickoff onto Iceberg. LSA does not land, but it feels like they still get this kill. Dragon Slave, just enough. And the Orb of Venom will tick down the sniper. FNG spent a lot of time top lane thus far. Has a ward down in this middle lane. Okay, so this one about to expire, so we will just drop another. General doing very well for himself. The most CS in the game thus far. 24 and 7. I mean, DK Phobos will still come out with some farm, at least levels. 8 CS to his name, though, is far below that of his laning equivalent. FNG walking through, taking a couple tower shots. Wisely so, does not sprint, and now just queues up the sprint, but he takes a Dragon Slave. It's a pretty big one, and he'll have to back out. Good usage of the sprint there, though, knowing, you know, he doesn't want to be taking the tower shots with that amplified damage. DZZ top lane, being pressured away from the creep lane. Oh, lost my mouse there for a second. Only 9 CS. That is a major gap in the 1 positions. 9 CS on the PA, 28 on PyCat. So thus far, this aggressive tri-lane has certainly worked out. And, you know, it's just kind of a shortcoming of the draft that we talked about early on. But DK Phobos, he's going to look to tip the scales back in the favor of Team Spirit as he walks over towards the top lane. Level 4. Will run to Biver. Oh, no, he's down on the low ground. Does find the bounty rune. Gives him level 5, but that means Biver's going to scout his rotation. So Neko could be in trouble. Gonna get found out. No crippling fear here, though. And we'll get the kickoff. Does roll down to the hill. Meanwhile, though, Crush found out the Dendi. LSA is going to whiff. They are going to get the Void off, and they should get Dendi here, but he gets a lot of damage off. Laguna Blade is there as well. Nightstalker, though, remember, very tanky. Base strength is big. General now, he's going to be encroached upon. Void is there. Do they have the Assassinate? Oh, the Telekinesis there in time. Still, General very low. Assassinate queued up. Will it kill him off? No, he gets the Magic Stick off. And Iceberg going to have to back for now. FNG walking forward. A lot of jockeying for position happening in this mid lane. And Lina up in a second, so Team Spirit now have to back off. Meanwhile, it gives some breathing room to BZZ. Biked, it looks like maybe forced out to base while he was by his lonesome. So a good show of aggression potentially top lane from Team Spirit, as they know all of the heroes or all the supports occupied mid lane. Biver, General, and Seneko. Just a Lina kill when all is said and done. And Spirit, with nighttime short to expire, 40 seconds, DK Phobos will make his way back to lane. So decently successful first rotation from the Nightstalker. Gets himself a bounty rune, involved in a kill, you know, on his way to level 6. So not a disappointment for sure. Perhaps not a grand success, but not a disappointment either. And BZZ, you know, we see him basically pick up 10 CS while everyone was gone, but still struggling pretty mightily. Pick up, kick down onto FNG. He's taking some Blade Fury damage now from PyCat as well. Is forced to back up, but has the Shadow Word to keep him alive. Meanwhile, Biver in a lot of trouble. BZZ can't finish him off just yet. FNG looks to do it and will be able to. TP out successful from PyCat. It looks like the mini stun was not there in time.
What have we here?
It almost looked like the Assassinate hit him, but apparently TP's out. Meanwhile, down towards the rune, Seneko going to get into a scuffle with FNG, but he does end up getting the Invis rune. Has a crush now. Dendi needs to be careful. Pretty low on mana. Biver will fill up his bottle, though. I mean, could you imagine FNG was sitting on the mid lane? He would have been scouted by Sentry, but To look at the overall net worth in general, just having a ball down in the bottom lane. Does go for the drums first. So in a bit better fighting shape, but not necessarily initiation-wise. Sentry will only catch FNG if he's right on the tail end here, but Invis about to expire, yep. Might get out and back. Darkness popped. Phobos bot lane though, so it doesn't look like any aggression to be found. Immediately. Radiant Scan does find DK Phobos. General keeps out towards the shrine. Has no Firefly, but does have a lasso. Dendi gonna need to freehand a stun here to allow General to get in. Meanwhile, DK Phobos bot lane, Seneko, FNG. Radiant Vision does not see. Dendi's dead mid lane as BZZ rotates in. Really unexpected by this noob caster. BZZ gonna stay up on the high ground as well. They know where General is roughly. And doesn't want to be lassoed up. Meanwhile, Highcat finds himself a solo kill. Top lane. On Vanscore, uses the Omni Slash for it. Don't worry. I mean, that one, you know, come on, guys. Give me some slack here. DK Phobos bot lane is daytime, so Neko, he's feeling a little bit better to soak some XP here. General has the Firefly now, trying to stay high ground. Getting a couple stacks up onto BZZ, but doesn't really have anyone nearby. So really just looking to farm up this camp, and now could be in a little bit of trouble. FNG, they get the Spectral Dagger slow. Is there blink forward? Does nice flame break. And the lasso doing some work underneath the Firefly, but it still feels like, yeah, with Firefly expiring, General, he could be the one in trouble. Nice block from FNG. Not sure if he intended that, but at least keeps BZZ alive for now. Now Shrapnel is going to connect Spectral Dagger there onto Seneko, and a couple more right clicks from the sniper will finish him off. Spin away from, well, General. Let's talk about him first. He's going to get assassinated now. Double kill for Iceberg, and he's felt very comfortable on his snipers in these first and last games thus far. Of course, in the first game, he had a Tusk and a Spirit Breaker in front of him, so very easy sniper game in terms of your front line. But in this game, a little bit less. Slardar Night Stalker. So Podcat able to spin away there. Does have a decent amount of farm, especially for being an aggressive try. He is second overall in net worth, but that sequence of kills going to propel Iceberg to the top. Dendi struggling once again. First game on the Ember Spirit, now on Alina. They've done a good job of shutting him down, and it feels like BZZ's recovered decently, although he is still quite a bit lower on the net worth than his counterpart. TP up to the top lane. General, still no Blink Dagger. Has a smoke with Biver. And a Firefly, and now Darkness popped almost in reaction to the rotation from top lane. Smoke, FNG, and DK Phobos. And they could find a Dendi Lina here. No Yules, so can't purge off the Crippling Fear if they have it. And they do have a level in it. See if they'd look to find someone mid lane. They'll get down some deep warding in the meantime. Gonna be interesting to see who goes first top lane. Oh, nice two-man boulder smash. And meanwhile, they'll go in top lane. They find BZZ. They get off the Shadow Word, though, and the three-man Chaotic Offering, and now the TPs are inbound. Spectral Dagger gonna crit onto Biver. He's in a little bit of trouble. DK Fogos gonna jump in. Omni Slash and the Blade Fury. Looks like it will kill off BZZ. Oh, he gets the blink back to the creep wave. BZZ gonna be just fine. He gets the Spectral Dagger off onto Pycat. Void is there in time, and Pycat, he's gonna end up dropping. Meanwhile, FNG finds Biver. Over on the west side, FNG could be in a little bit of trouble of his own. Laguna Blade from range. What the heck was that? Poor Dendi. But overall, good reaction from Spirit. They only lose FNG. They pick up Pycat. They get Biver as well. I guess I should look at that for more than a half second, but it really only has the Slardar now. Rip me.
Flesh sustains, gold remains.
Now bottom lane, DK Phobos looking for some aggression. Is behind Seneko, does catch the roll. Nice two-man boulder smash, but Magnetize is going to keep them at bay. Spirit wanted to continue forward. FNG, he's going to have to sprint away, taking actually quite a bit of magnetized damage. But he will be able to make it out, it seems. And DK Phobos off to the east. He'll be able to TP back and they can shrine up as a unit. Crit onto General. Iceberg farming away mid lane. Still feels like a great game for his sniper once again. They are making rotations over towards him, though. Dire Ward should scout Dendi here. FNG gonna look to... Not under. Meanwhile, though, Biver, mid lane, is gonna be scouted briefly, and he needs to get out and fast. Shrapnel is gonna find him. Void is there as well. He's gonna get Crippling Feared up. Assassinate finishes him off before the Spectral Dagger can even enter his corpse. And this will mean the tier 1 mid lane takes a fair amount of damage as well. Pycat, though, in the meantime, looking for the trade top lane as he puts some pressure into the tier 1. Meanwhile, Darkness is popped. They scans him, though they know they're coming. FNG does not get off the crush in time, and Pycat finds the last hit on the tower and makes it out. Very nice display of knowing his boundaries here. Meanwhile, General TPing in. DPK Phobos well aware. Seneko is going to be found out, crushed up. Crippling Fear is there. And with the Void, they need a Spectral Dagger to come in from BZZ, and it will not. General is there, but the Chaotic Offering on the backlines clears out the trees, finds Seneko, gives FNG a window to get out. Upheaval there onto General as well. Taking a lot of damage under the Firefly was BZZ. He throws out the Dagger. FNG still sprinting up here. Does he want to dive under the tower? It doesn't feel like he does. And now the Omni Slash catches through a few. The Blade Fury will be there. DK Phobos does end up dropping to Pycat. He's back onto Vanscore as well. Meanwhile, on the south side, Dendi going to drop the Laguna Blade onto Iceberg. But BZZ up in the front lines on Dendi. Crush finishes off the Lina. Pycat's had to make it over to the east in the meantime. And he only nets the kill on the Night Stalker, not even on the Vanscore Warlock. But a roll forward. And the Boulder Smash connects onto Iceberg. Geomagnetic Grip is there. Magnetized as well. Iceberg going to drop under the Blade Fury. BZZ, he's in trouble now. He'll blink out to the north. Magnetized. Vanscore trying to TP out under the Firefly. Can they get him in time? They cannot, but they will get BZZ. They get Iceberg and BZZ with Soneko's return to that fight. Looked good for Spirit at the beginning. Nice turn from NaVi. Almost felt like the friggin' Earth Spirit bought back, but not the case. He just respawned. NaVi looking good in that little bit. Iceberg finally brought down here for the first time. That'll probably mean General gets a Blink Dagger. Yeah, he's got one. Not sure if he used it in that fight. Solo caster be damned, but regardless, he has one now. And can probably have a set of travels fairly soon too. Pycat getting out of dodge, top lane. FNG finds himself a Dendi here, but 3 minutes until night and 20 seconds until darkness, so DK Phobos can't do all that much to help him unless Dendi walks towards him, uses the LSA and the Dragon Slave. This could be it. Oh, Crush is gonna whiff from FNG. It's a little too excited. Now he's used up. LSA will connect. Boulders, well, LSA a little early. Boulder Smash was there though. And with the sprint, it's an easy kill. FNG with a costly miss on the Crush. Vanscore scouted top lane. General will be able to, or one of his comrades will be able to de-roar that promptly. And the map starting to open up a little bit for NaVi. As at one point, certainly a little bit scared of the Slardar and Night Stalker combination. Decent recovery for BZZ as well. He's looking to go into the Desolator fairly soon. But the map, as I said, starting to open up for NaVi, starting to shrink for Spirit. Here we'll get down the cliff forward behind their tier 1. If we try to fight here, they'll TP into the shrine with Iceberg. But tower already down. Now jumping forward, and Lasso and a Boulder Smash and Magnetize gonna find two. FNG's gonna drop now to that Magnetize. BZZ though turning into Soneko. Omni Slash getting Vanscore low. Pycat chasing him down. Soneko with a double kill. Iceberg's backed out with Pycat, and now General, he'll be dropped down to BZZ, but Dendi, he's on the chase here for this BZZ PA. Oh, he'll miss the Dragon Slave, however, and the LSA. Dendi not going to connect with his combo. All said and done, it ends up being a 3 for 2, but Dendi and Pycat survive.
Illusion.
As do BZZ and Iceberg. So, slight advantage to Team Spirit in the metrics, even though they lose more heroes because they're behind. However, the tower still went the way of NaVi overall. So, and Chaotic Offerings down. So, Chaotic Offerings down, this kind of stuff happens. As Pycat just continues the relentless assault on the tier 1s. Already taken 2, looking to take a 3rd. And Pycat needs to back himself away now. Nice boulder smash through the TP, and 2 grip will be there as well. Laguna Blade, they'll bring down Iceberg immediately. Or excuse me, sorry, that was DK Phobos immediately. Iceberg does get himself a kill. Will back off into the warm, welcoming arms of his teammate, and a big crit from BZZ brings down the Batrider. Now Pycat, he'll get the last hit on the tower under the cover of Spin. FNG does not have the blink, but they do have the dagger and the Corrosive Haze. Assassinate finishes him off. FNG misses the crush on Seneko. Will get the Corrosive Haze off, though, and these daggers just doing work with the Corrosive Haze. Jump forward, BZZ, triple kill for the PA. And we talked about him recovering right now, back up to the top alongside the 1 and 2 positions of the opposite team. If he gets the last hit on the tower here, he'll do very well for himself in the way of net worth. Overall, assumes the 3rd position, gets himself up to the top lane to start farming. That Desolator alongside the Corrosive Haze doing work. Iceberg survives in that mid lane. Even though DK Phobos TPs into a beautiful 2-man boulder smash by Seneko, they still get the win. Vanscore with a nice early Chaotic Offering to keep NaVi in the fight and that mid lane. They wanted to just take that tier 1 and back off, but they hang around a little too long because of the Chaotic Offering and are punished for it. So, despite the map shrinking and losing all their tier 1s, the heroes individually certainly feel better on Team Spirit side after that last little skirmish. No Aghanim Scepter here for DK Phobos, despite being against the Batriders, a bit curious to me. They'll have the Darkness, which certainly helps. But he's going to go for the early Armlet alongside Tread's Urn Stick. So certainly a very skirmish-oriented build. Darkness going to be popped. Will they get to the Rosh in time? Yeah, it's well over half HP. Jump forward with the freshly picked up Blink Dagger from SNG. He finds the 2-man crush. Assassinate is there simply for vision. Will back them out. Now Void and the Crippling Fear is going to find Seneko. Spectral Dagger. They will be able to blink for it. Crush is there and the crit. Chaotic Offering over to the north side is going to find Dendi, but can they get there in time? He's so quick. Gets the Eul Scepter off, but he's hazed up. Now FNG going to go back in. Gets actually his blink canceled. DK Phobos with the magic stick, though, will die to the Blade Fury. Crush is only going to connect onto General. Now the Assassinate flying through does not... Oh, the Fatal Bonds with the crit from BZZ, killing off Dendi. Double kill for the PA. And back, perhaps, in control now of this game. Our Team Spirit, there's still 2 outer tier towers for them to take. Tier 1 towers, I should say. But this Rosh is all for their... Well, perhaps I spoke too soon. As... Jump forward with the Veil. Oh, Seneko in trouble. 2-man crush from FNG. Team Spirit backing out. Right place, right time. They get the Assassinate off. Nice dagger there as well. But the Healing Ward will keep them in fading shape. Jump forward from BZZ. He's got the Arcane Rune, so he can just blink out after, feeling pretty safe to do so. Blink away from General. Do they want to go back into the Rosh pit? It's only 4 seconds until Dendi respawns. Dendi actually going for the plus 50 right-click damage instead of the respawn time. Versus certainly what is a very skirmish-oriented squad with a Night Stalker and Slardar in Team Spirit. So, I don't want to say curious decision, but I do. As he's not available for that entire time. So they will get the Aegis. BZZ picks that up. He's got 2 components on the way to the makings of his BKB and only 400 away from the full item. So BZZ has just skyrocketed back up the net worth chart after what was a rough start, to say the least. FNG as well. He picks up his Blink Dagger. You know, he's got the essentials. Seen some very nice crush initiations and re-initiations from him in the previous few engagements. DK Phobos now has the Ags queued up. It'll be a while before he can actually purchase it. But definitely will be big game versus the Batrider. Iceberg Can complete up a Hurricane Pike relatively shortly if you'd like to. Meanwhile, FNG looking to find initiation onto General. They get the dagger off and the assassinate. Void is there as well. He's going to be silenced. BZZ finishes him off with one swipe of her blades. Fiverr TPing out to the west. FNG unable to find the TP cancel as that TP was happening, but the hero was over here. It was Soneko's Earth Spirit TPing out. Team Spirit feel like they're in control of this game. You do get the tier 1 bottom lane. There's only one tier 1 now up in the off lane, and not too concerned about that. Iceberg. They find Dendi from the high ground. No, instead they'll find Soneko as he would have spotted them. So they do get the kill and have some deep warding down. Dendi forced to back away alongside Pycat. BZZ pinged out bottom lane, excuse me. And he'll get this tower for free with his Deso. He's got a BKB as well, and Aegis, so really not feeling threatened at all. Advanced Court. Finding some farm. Has picked up a medallion, helped them out with the Roche. Also just the Corrosive Haze plus the Deso plus medallion. Some of these supports, and even potentially the Lina, can just die to dagger. Okay, Stifling Dagger. Jump forward, BZZ. Stifling Dagger is going to find Fiverr. Corrosive Haze purged off by Pycat, but he's in a lot of trouble here. Void should be there just a moment, and he'll be crit down by the Stifling Dagger. Sam. Real Sam Watt. I see you. It's a lot of spells in this game, you know? It's kind of hard sometimes. Lotus Orb picked up by Dendi. It's going to be nice to purge off the Corrosive Haze, but it just doesn't feel like the item that's going to turn the tides at all of this game. And Team Spirit in the driver's seat. NaVi. Fanshits, where are you now? Still, though, I mean, they got an Earth Spirit and Batrider. So, I mean, high ground is not as difficult as it was for NaVi to take last game. But still is a difficult task. Tall order to fulfill. You know, she became like this Wraith thing, so I'm pretty sure I can call it Spectral Dagger at this point. BZC jumping forward. Not going to be able to find Pycat. He'll just spin away and try and drag the creep wave with him, but backdoor protection. Has been disabled, and BZZ with Aegis and BKB. He's got the defensive medallion on him as well. And that's one of the most underrated aspects of this item is, you know, the medallion into the Solar Crest is that it really helps facilitate your high ground push. Just throw it on your PA and very difficult to chip her down even under tower. FNG bottom lane is going to show, and therefore Dendi going to hang back. Meanwhile, it is 1 minute until nighttime. Darkness popped immediately as Soneko rolls in. They'll get the lasso off, but the Chaotic Offering is going to keep General in place. DK Phobos getting low, but he's still very tanky with the armlet. BZZ blinks down and kills Biver after killing off Soneko, who initially rolled in. Now the upheaval up onto General. He will get the blink out, so he'll survive for now, but it's still two heroes on the sideline, Aegis in hand for Team Spirit. And they'll march down this mid lane with Spirits high after that skirmish. 10 seconds on the sidelines for the two supports, so likely this just means a tier 3. But they are pretty healthy to maybe push into high ground. Darkness, still, yeah, quarter of the duration. Maybe they think of backing here. Night is pretty soon, though, after Darkness, if not right away. I think it was 1 minute until nighttime when they popped Darkness, so. Roll through. Is not going to connect. They do get the kick and the silence off onto the PA. FNG, though, he finds the Batrider in the meantime. LSA does connect, and they bring down the PA pretty much as the Aegis expires. Fatal Bonds doing tons of work as well. Rubik stealing the Fatal Bonds. And they bring down 3, and Team Spirit overstayed their welcome top lane. Phobos, he's going to drop here as he gets connected on by the LSA. 4 heroes dying. FNG, the only one to survive. Major swing. And I asked where the NaVi fan shits are now. They're coming out of the woodwork. Huge swing. Over 8k XP going the way of NaVi, 7,600 net. And net gold change is about 4,500 in the way of NaVi as well. So huge defense for them. Nothing really accomplished from Team Spirit's side. No BKB even used by BZZ. He expected his Aegis to save him there, but it looks like just expired as the fight was beginning. I'd have to watch the replay to see exactly how that happened, but BZZ definitely was forward, feeling, you know, confident, and ends up dying. So NaVi with signs of life, for sure, in this one. Force Staff picked up by the Slardar. Anything else of major consequence? Still no Hurricane Pike, as Iceberg opted to finish up the Mjolnir first. Aghanim Scepter still a decent ways away for DK Phobos. We saw the BKB pick up by the PA and not even used in the last fight. Diffusal Mantop for Pycat. Fairly standard from what we've seen all series long. I want to see how far the Night Stalker is from Ag. So, okay, 1,200 gold. Certainly not too far off. Biver hanging around top lane. Scan comes out from the Dire. They know they're nearby. Jump forward. They are going to find the Rubik. Biver. They don't even waste the... Oh, I guess somehow Crippling Fear was used. Got the telekinesis off, though. So that kill for DK Phobos is going to give him his third component of the Aghanims. 900 gold away from the full thing, which will be very nice. Again, versus the Bat Rider. Dendi walks down momentarily into the river and will immediately turn tail. Pycat's got a little bit of aggressive vision here, allowing him to farm. But now the smoke coming out from Team Spirit. Not under a Radiant Ward at all. And they do catch a glimpse of Dendi back into base. Now they'll catch a glimpse of him walking to the north here. They're going to find him. He does have a Yule Scepter, but has the Lotus Orb as well. They'll throw back the Assassinate, but it doesn't do all that much. Now Chaotic Offering keeps Biver in place. He will go Scepter up, but Void will finish him off. Do they have a wave nearby? They have one decently nearby. Again, Dendi, without the 30-second respawn talent, still 60 seconds on the sidelines. Does have a buyback available. Meanwhile, top lane pushing in. Pycat is the one to do that. I don't know that Pycat alone will be enough to force them back, as they'll take down the tier 3 with ease here. Look into the melee racks. They still see Pycat, so they're really not feeling threatened at all not to take this melee racks mid, and they will be able to do so. One more right click, guys. They do end up getting it, but in the meantime, they'll blow up Seneko. BZZ forced to pop the BKB. Pycat still into the top lane. FNG TPing in towards mid. Pycat looking to take the melee racks, and he'll be backed out now. FNG looking to find him. Won't be able to do so with the crush. Meanwhile, mid lane, they're looking to find someone. Dendi does have the Yule Scepter. Iceberg could be in trouble, but he will be Crippling Feared up. So he gets the Lotus Orb off, but does not get the LSA off in time. Now the dagger going to be dodged by the Ghost Scepter. Iceberg, though, he's popped up the Assassinate. He'll kill off Biver with the Armlet. PK Phobos still very tanky. Jump forward. FNG back into the fray. 1,000 crit stifling dagger from BZZ will pick up a kill. PK Phobos does end up dying. Maybe he toggled Armlet off and Magnetize killed him. That's odd. Either way, he's got his Zags, so not the biggest death. Did you get the melee racks? Pycat gets 50% HP done onto the range racks. Maybe if he focused entirely. This might have been the units, so I shouldn't say he was focusing on it. But yeah, unable to get the melee racks there. Anything significant done to it, that'll regen. So still, Team Spirit in the driver's seat. Not terrible for NaVi altogether. No buybacks expended. Oh, they did expend the Dendi buyback, didn't they? Yes. So, Team Spirit. Wait up. Maybe a next Roche? Yeah. They should be well aware that it's spawning soon. And still can go high ground within the window that Dendi does not have buyback. Jump forward. General is going to find a lasso onto Iceberg. He can be in a lot of trouble. Dove has the Hurricane Pike, though. Can he get down the ground? He will. Lane break is there. They will silence him up and assassinate him. Biver with the stolen assassinate does end up killing it off. Meanwhile, Laguna Blade off to the north. And BZZ in a lot of trouble, soaking up this Omni Slash all by his Losum, gets a blink away. Rolling Boulder is not there. Dragon Slave going to give Dendi a little bit of extra move speed. Vanscore nearby, gets the blink off. Oh, Diffusal Blade, though, is there for BZZ. They'll get the Force Staff away. Hood is there onto Vanscore as well. Assassinate kills off BZZ. Biver with 2 kills from the Assassinate, but now Vanscore in trouble as well with the Diffusal Blade charges. 3 heroes on the sideline. However, unfortunately, for NaVi, there are no waves nearby, but they'll beeline for Roche, and they're correct in doing so. Ivor will find that he is alive. Keep the lanes shoved out with the Manta Illusions. Meanwhile, jump into the Roche pit. And BZZ, not expecting that Assassinate to come out, ends up dropping towards the high ground. So NaVi keeping this close. Some sort of Radiant Vision scouting these guys? I'm not exactly sure, but there was spam pings coming out from General in that area. And they'll end up getting this Roche. Ags gem up for DK Phobos though, so still going to be very hard to push high ground. Meanwhile, top lane pushing in. See how quick they are to deal with this. It's actually going to get almost half the HP of the tower down. Cat will end up cleaning up those creeps. Has an Aegis in hand. Looks like he'll go MKB up against the PA. No surprise. And we'll complete that up 35 minutes in. FNG again looking for the Shadow Blade. Actually looking for a Glimmer Cape here. Against the Magnetize certainly makes sense. I think potentially Glimmer Cape the lasso target as well. Alright, darkness popped up. Tower scan not going to catch anyone. Woke up from Team Spirit. Oh, they don't even need to smoke. They've got the Night Stalker Ags. Of course, warding could spot them, but they would see the ward with the NS Ags. So, alright, Radiant Scan will find them. NaVi playing very safe at the moment. Could mean a tier 2 of theirs is eliminated, but this is not exactly what Spirit was looking for. So still mission accomplished for NaVi. And that is darkness used. And soon to expire. Go forward from Seneko. It looks like NaVi may be content to back out. Assassinate is going to catch General. And Ward's going to be brought down as well by the Quelling Blade. Iceberg just standing from range with the take aim and the Hurricane Pike. Now jump forward, looking for the silence. No, Lasso is going to find DK Phobos, and the Crush will not be there in time. The Chaotic Offering also does not connect onto the Bat Rider, and they bring down DK Phobos. BZZ jumping forward with the BKB. Will soak up the Omni Slash, and now Pycat, he's a little bit out of position, but he does have the MKB, so just right-clicking into BZZ forces him out to the north. Now they'll finish him off. General and NaVi right on top of Spirit, and they will essentially team wipe them. We've seen this story before. FNG the only one to survive. Beautifully played. Just a little bit too late on the reactions from Vanscore there with the Chaotic Offering. 8k experience. Almost 4k net gold going the way of NaVi there. Andy in towards the mid lane, looking to buy himself a Shiva. Certainly nice against all the right click from the PA and Sniper. Meanwhile, Pycat working on bottom lane, has an Aegis in hand, has a Manta, so really not feeling all that vulnerable, especially with two heroes on the sidelines. We'll get voided up to slow him down for the next bit. Cliff is going to be popped, but only to delay the inevitable, at least with respect to this Rax. Darkness is going to be popped up. Jump forward. FNG is going to catch the Crush. They will force staff Pycat forward as well, but he still has the Aegis, so they don't really want to go on this. General has the negative earn tick on him, but in a really good play here from DK Phobos, keeping that turn tick on top of General. E-Blade will be there from General. He does have the gem. Doesn't catch the 4-staff Crush. General in a lot of trouble. Abyssal Blade brought down. Gem on the deck. For the Night Stalker once again. Dendy trying to TP out. FNG looking to chase for more. Doesn't find anything. And this game, a teeter-totter affair. Is it teeter-totter or seesaw?
A soldier's fortune.
Yeah, seesaw. What's teeter-totter? Teeter-totter. Oh, same thing. What do you know? Alright. I'm done. 36 seconds on the sideline for General. He does have the buyback available. Buybacks are not aplenty for the Dire Sign, but they are for the Radiant. BZZ up and towards the high ground. Biver, he's in trouble. He jumps forward for what? I don't know. But instantly blown up by FNG's crush. Perhaps FNG was under the cover of Shadow Blade and he just wasn't aware. But that is an Abyssal Blade. Oh, no, it's not an Abyssal Blade. That's an Abyssal Blade usage. Big crit up onto Dendi. He'll have to buy back as well. Magnetize does connect onto 3, but BZZ, they'll isolate out Soneko on the backlines. Omni Slash does come through. Glimmer Cape is going to be there for now to keep them alive. Chaotic Offering connects onto 2. It's going to allow them to disjoint and now jump back in. FNG finds a crush. Dendi, that's a dieback. Triple kill for BZZ. E-Blade is used defensively by General. And now they're looking to jump forward. He's still corrosive hazed up. They get the dagger off and they'll kill him. And that's 2 heroes down. No buybacks for the Radiant side. General, the only buyback available. They'll pop it here. Team Spirit going to reset, but not going to leave just yet. No shrines available now on this bottom hemisphere of the map. Mid lane shrine is available, but being pressured here. And Spirit, they're opting to back out for now. They'll take the shrines and go with the safe play. As nighttime expired. So they do get a full lane mid. Full lane for the Radiant bottom line. So slight advantage to Team Spirit. Really nice fight from them. Kind of a curious play from Biver. I'm not sure what he meant to steal from a sniper. I mean, he did get a double kill earlier in the game from Assassinate, but... Huh. Maybe he just thought he could blink in, get the shrapnel, get out, and nuke down the wave slowly with that. But beautiful reaction from FNG. Unlike that crush, instantly picking up Biver, jump in from BZZ, kills him off. Then they jump in again with the BKB and the Abyssal onto Dendi. And now they'll work back into this bottom lane. Dendi on the sidelines, 25 seconds. Darkness is going to be popped. So the vision for the Dire side is good with the Night Stalker. The Dire vision currently. Alright, Glyph used. Dendi up in 9. Can Iceberg bring down the tower in time? Dagger's going to be thrown out. Try and go for the deny. Not really. Iceberg will bring it down. They'll get the telekinesis off onto FNG. He'll jump forward. Somehow the Omni Slash was completely wasted. Now they'll get the lasso back onto BZZ, but there's no damage into this PA. FNG gets Glimmer Caped up. Pycat, he's isolated off to the east. Only Soneko to die so far. FNG finds a 2-man crush. LSA is there onto BZZ, so he can't jump in just yet, but there he goes. Onto Dendi, who 84 seconds, no buyback. And now BZZ finds another kill. 3 heroes down, no buyback. Pycat will buy back, but I believe the only one. Ticks will keep Team Spirit in fighting shape alongside the Shadow Word. They'll get the second lane racks in this game. And if they get a bash on Pycat, he needs to be very afraid. They'll get the crit instead of the bash. Either way, they'll traverse the enemy base over towards top lane where 56 seconds on the sideline, Dendi still lies. And BZZ will start right-clicking into the tower with his Desolator. Should make pretty quick work of this. DK Phobos will pop the nighttime. You look at the Radiant Vision. They only see anything because of their buildings, and as soon as these goes down, they don't have much in the way of initiation potential. They'll jump forward, crush Pycat, and force staff him forward. General will try and find the lasso in the meantime, but BZZ jumps onto that Batrider and stuns him up. BZZ going to go, and now Chaotic Offering is going to be found by Vanscore onto 3. Pycat in a lot of trouble here. He'll be able to back out towards base. Assassinate will not be there to kill him off, but they will get Mega Creeps, and GG is called. Team Spirit. DK Phobos laughing in the face of perhaps some of his former teammates. As Team Spirit take this one 2-0, guys. I hope you enjoyed the cast thus far. A very rough showing from Dendi, and for his fans and fans of NaVi everywhere, disappointment for them as they'll be knocked out of the qualifiers. And I believe the other match will be Comanche versus Vega. They will face off against Team Spirit in the finals. for that EU spot in StarLadder I-League Season 3 Invitational. Till then, guys, very good sniper games from Iceberg. DK Phobos played very well in the 2 wins. Was a little bit underwhelming on the second game Slardar, but all together, really good movement from Team Spirit overall. And NaVi feels like to some extent they got beat in the draft in this game. And in game 2, they had a really good showing, but overall, just an off day for them. Till then, I hope you enjoyed the cast, guys. It's MRP on behalf of Beyond the Summit. Apologies for the game 1 delay, but hopefully you enjoyed the rest of the day. Either way, we'll be back tomorrow 9 a.m. EST, or I don't know what it is, 3 p.m. CEST for you guys. So that'll be the Vega versus Comanche match, best of 3, and then a best of 5 final between them and Team Spirit, the winner of that game, and Team Spirit. So till then, guys, MRP signing out. Hope you enjoyed.